so often as, in immigrant communities and communities who speak other languages aside from English or French, we're often left out from the conversations. So this meeting is so important, and thank you for creating this opportunity for us to share and to chat with the communities. And I also want to say, as legal aid providers, just want to thank you for all your work, not only during the pandemic, but really throughout the long, even before the pandemic, right? The work that you do is so key, and make sure, because in our communities, over years and years of cuts and defunding, when people have issues, they're often left with nowhere to go except our community legal clinics. And that's why you all play such an important role in our communities, regardless of its immigration, housing, work. I've seen so many cases where people have nowhere to go and they go to the clinic for support. And so often they find their support there. They get supported there. They're able to address the issues and move on. And so the work that you do, whether it's casework or advocating collectively for policy changes, is so critical. So a bit about myself. My name is Justin Kong. I'm running in Scarborough North. My partner actually used to work in the legal aid system, so I do know a bit about it and the important work that goes on there. We need to make sure we elect a government that fights for everyday people, working people, immigrant communities, because we have been left behind for so long. We know that, regardless of whether it's housing, employment, immigration, our communities face so many barriers in participating and living a good life. The liberals and conservatives have exchanged seats over and over again, and nothing seems to change. Things only seem to get worse and worse. It's time we elect a government of our communities that will speak for our communities and fight for our communities. That's why I've chosen to run this time in Scarborough North, where I grew up, where I went to school, and where my family worked, and where we've lived for many years. I believe we need to fight for a government that puts working people first, that puts immigrants first, and that will fight for our communities and not just take us for granted at the ballot box year after year. It's time for a change, and I hope I can be part of that change. Yeah, and NDP government would work with you as partners in making sure that we build that better world. Thank you again.